Hi, and welcome to the Access Direct Opening Bell, your essential pre-market podcast. In just minutes, get key global updates, overnight trends, and market-moving factors that set the tone for the day. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just someone tracking the markets, this is your go-to briefing to stay ahead at all times. So let's dive straight in.
Good morning on a Friday, and we will start with the US markets, which were shut for the Thanksgiving break. Elsewhere, the rupee ended slightly down at 89.30. Also, the IMF reclassified India's exchange rate regime as a crawl-like arrangement after the rupee moved more freely. Talking domestic stock markets, and the Nifty finished 10 points higher, but not before hitting a record intraday high after 14 months of its previous record. The session was volatile, with the index reversing all of its early session gains, but it still managed to end in the green. The India VIX fell 1.5%. Small caps and mid caps finished mixed. On the NSE 500, two stocks rose for every three stocks that fell. 6 of the NSE sectors gained on the day, with financial services ending 0.5% up. Realty stocks were the top losers as they slipped 0.7%. Speaking Nifty stocks, Bajaj Finance topped gainers with an advance of 2.3%, while Eicher Motors fell the most at 2.8%. Technically speaking, since yesterday was the breakout candle day, immediate support to watch out for going forward is 26,141. Anything under this without 26,310 breaking would put bulls on the back foot. That said, the pattern objective of 26,700 remains in play, with deeper support resting at 25,843. Elsewhere, provisional data showed that foreigners withdrew 1,255 crores yesterday. The month-to-date outflow sits at 13,700 crores. Moving on to derivatives markets, the Nifty's PCR went from 1.45 to 1.16, while the Bank Nifty's rose to 1.2 from 1.18. Addition in Nifty calls was greater than the put addition that was seen, and implied volatility rose over 50 basis points, which means people felt optimistic at the close. For options expiring on 2nd December, resistance can be seen between 26,300 and 26,500, while support is likely to be offered in the 26,000 to 26,100 area. Elsewhere, 1% out-of-the-money calls fell less compared to the drop in similar distance puts, so wall traders were also confident. On to positioning, foreigners and proprietary traders were negative, while retail investors turned bullish. Elsewhere, the index futures net short positioning of foreigners continued to drop as the outlook turned more positive, with the short bets now standing at 87,000 compared to around 91,000 from the previous session. Looking forward to the day, the Gift Nifty was up 12 points at 7 a.m. Asian stocks were largely up, while S&P 500 futures were also about 0.2% higher. Coming to individual stocks, Berger Paints, MRPL and Data Patterns were at horizontal support, while Bajaj Housing, Irida and Medanta were at horizontal resistance. Elsewhere, Astral, NAM India and Swan Corp were at trendline support, while Ajanta Pharma, Godrej Industries and Mankind Pharma were at trendline resistance. Speaking NSE 500 breadth, 42%, 44% and 55% of stocks were above their 50, 100 and 200-day moving averages. Industrial production numbers and GDP data will be released from India later today. That is a wrap on the day's podcast. Please note that this podcast serves solely for informational purposes and should not be considered financial advice of any kind. For a comprehensive disclaimer, please visit our website. Thank you, and we will see you Monday at the same time. Have a great day and a restful weekend. Bye-bye.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.